Hey friends, it's Dan Prozowski from allaboutminibikes.com, and today I'm going to show you how to put decals on. Now, I've got the gas tank for a MiniCycle that we have, a 1974 Yamaha YZ80, and that's the first year that Yamaha had the YZ80. And anyway, I'm going to show you what it looks like. So I put this on earlier today, and I want to show you how to do it. A tank like this is really hard because it's curved all the way around, but I found an easier way to do it. I watched a lot of videos all over YouTube, which they're all good, and they're kind of the same, but there's a little trick I use in the end. So we'll talk about that. But anyway, so the first thing you're gonna need, you'll need a couple things. You'll need some alcohol, that's to clean it, some type of cotton or paper towels. You'll need your little squeegee, of course, and you'll want a little spray bottle with a little bit of some dish soap mixed in there. Okay, so that's the materials you'll need besides your decals. So the one I'm going to you can watch me put on is the Yamaha swoosh sign, although I'm also looking for and then like with that, the Yamaha will go above that. Anyway, so the first thing you want to do, oh, I'm sorry, you also want a hair blower, okay? My wife, my daughter's, this right here, very handy. That can help make all the difference, especially, you'll see as we're getting water out of it. So the first thing you want to do is take your rubbing alcohol, get some on a hand towel paper or cotton ball. Can you get in there real good? You can see that good, Tink? Alexia? Yeah, okay, that's good. So anyway, we get that cleaned up really, really good. Take that, cap it up, get it off to the side. Once you do it, you don't want to do it again. I'm going to also want a dry one that I'm going to want to use why I end up doing this. And so a lot of times, now you could do, I eyeball this when I do it, okay? So many people before, and it's a good idea if you want, some people take and put their decal on, and they'll take a slight light pencil and make a marking or something like that. I'm just going to eyeball this because I find out if I try to do that kind of stuff, I'm just really messing up. And so I just, once I get it, I kind of know where I want it, and that's why you got to be a little liberal with the water and the soap so that you can move it once you get it on there and get it to your spot, okay? So it's dry. Just make sure it's dry. It feels dry. So always wants to be clean of all oils, okay? So anyway, there I am with that. I'll leave this down here. So I'll take my soapy water, spray it, get a good bunch on there. Good. Really mount it up there. Now, you'll peel the back side of this off. That's the back side. It comes off, that's what's going to go down. I peel it. And as soon as I peel it though, I want to take the front here and get that real wet because that's where my squeegee is going to be sliding. So I get it really wet because it's always better to be able to have to dry it off than to have it sticking on you. So I'm about to eyeball this up here where I think it should go. It's a little high there. And it gets a little tough because you got to look at your decal and not the outside of your paper, and that's where it can get a little tough. So I'm going to drop it down. I'm still too high. Yep, I'm going to drop it down more. I want the bottom of the decal, the black, to be near the bottom. See, now if I get a little sticky, if I feel like I'm getting a little sticky, I just put a little water on there. So let's see how that looks about. Make it move it a little bit, go back slightly there. I'll maybe look at it opposed to my other side. Yep, that looks about right compared to the other side where I've got it going back like that. Let's just keep this watered up a little bit here for myself. So that looks about good. I've got the front up to here. Looks good. So what I do now is I take my squeegee, so I've got it where I want it, I hold it down, and I'm going to squeegee from the inside out. From the inside out. So what I'm doing is I'm working the water out of there. I'm not so concerned about this. I want to make sure I keep that wet though. But hold on. Am I too low here? I got to come up just a little bit. See, as I did that, I pushed a little bit. I got a little too low. That's why having enough water on there, soapy water, will allow you to just pick it back up. But my black line, I started to come below the crease, below the bend here, and I don't want that. There, so that's looking good. I'm running that pretty good. I'm running it tight, but that's all right. So I want to work this water out. I'm starting from the inside going out. Now, you have to remember here, the point of contact, actually what you're getting on here to the tank, is really not a lot. That's why in the end I like using my thumb, because my thumb I can apply much more pressure on more spots at one time. So once I just kind of get this started, we'll show it. You know what? Just stay right there 1 second. Pause it 1 second. So, all right, sorry about that. Couple second delay. I had to get my readers on. I didn't have them on, and when you get older, your eyesight isn't the same. So what I start to do here at this point in time is I know I got this where I want it. I start to peel this up. I keep it wet. As I'm peeling it, I got to be real careful. You can come on the other side of me, Lexi. There you go. So I'm trying to peel it, and I still keep, as I'm doing it, to peel it, I want to keep that spreading. See, I'm going to keep spreading that out. I'm trying to get the water out from underneath it. As I do it sometimes, I'm going to take my thumb, I'm going to rub it out of there. I find that this way, I can control it, and the better the feel of it. Now, what I do here at the same time, I'm going to grab another one because I had it, here's clean. Now, it's under there now. So I kind of dry it a little bit, but I take the hair blower, I get it a little hot, maybe, I don't know, I can't tell you the temperature, just warm. How about that? And you see this here wants to bubble, I just keep working it out. I heat it up slightly, and then I work out any water that's in there. Same thing there. I gotta work that out of there. So I come back this way once I get there a little bit more. And every once in a while here as I'm going, I work much faster if I'm not trying to explain this. As long as you keep it wet, you'll be okay. See, so I want to keep going over it, make sure it's good. See, I see a little bit. I can't tell if that's trying to lift or not, but I'll put a little heat on it. I've got it on hot. Sometimes you can warm it up a little bit. There we go. It's coming off good. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm going to keep going here. Alexia paused it accidentally. See, I'm working this out of here. Now I take my thumb and I keep working it out, and then I take a clean, dry piece of paper. I gotta watch this one here, because this right here wants to kind of lift for me. So every once in a while I keep going back to it, and I put a little hair on it. Keep that wet. I just kind of keep coming up here with it, making sure I'm getting all the water out. See, I like to take my thumb across it. If I see any type of crease, what I mean by crease is like a little bit of bubbling, all I do, try to work the water out of there, and I heat it up a little bit just to keep it coming out. Now this tank was in super bad shape when I got the bike. You know, it was in bad. It had so many dents in it, it Looked like they used it for practice throwing stones, to be honest with you. I want to get another clean one, dry. You can picture me. See this? I don't know. I gotta have everything. I only have 2 hands. Sometimes it helps to have somebody help you here. Of course, not sometimes, it really would. But I'm just showing that you can do it yourself. Just got to work that water out of there. Work that water out of there. And you always start from the inside going out, forcing it out. The tricky part is yet to come, though. The tricky part is yet to come. That's up there. I want to keep that working out. Okay. So I'm going to keep working it out. Everything's happening here. My daughter just had to grab the charger. Her phone was running out of juice. So I just keep working it out just like this, though. Side to side, side to side. I haven't touched this for a while, so I want to make sure that's not going to stick up on me. So I just wet it down some more. As long as you keep it wet, you're in business. If you let it dry out and it sticks, then you're going to have problems. But that's the simplest thing to do. Trying to keep this up here without also hitting the back. That's why I've got a towel here. Okay. Covered some more. You see, this is laying down really good. There's no air bubbles in here whatsoever. No creasing, no air bubbles. And that's what you're getting at. That's what you want. Now, here's what you got to watch. And I'm going to take scissors and cut this here piece off because I don't need it anymore. And the last thing I wanted to do, oops, that's a great pair of scissors, eh? Last thing that I see, anything can happen, and it does happen. All right. Anyway, the last thing I'd want to do is go somewhere else on the tank and start to stick. So you can see this is laying really good. Here's the tricky part. Here's where you end up using a bit more, possibly, of the hair dryer to get the water dried out of there and have this laying nice and flat. It's doing good though. I'm in no way. This is actually coming along better than the other side did for me. Okay, you still see it there, Lex? Mm-hmm. Good. Okay, and I'm going to come over this way a little bit and go like this. Start putting my pressure down a little bit. But this is the trickiest. Right here, I'm showing here, Lex, it's just trying to a little bit curl up on me, and that's why you just gotta, the only reason it's curling is there's water. As soon as you get that water out of there, you're A-okay. I mean, this right here is the most difficult part. And you can see if you just keep the water out, you're okay. Again, why am I not using the squeegee? Because I can do it without it and I can get it to lay better. Now everything I'm doing is I keep checking. I just keep checking for lift, and I see a little right here. So I'm going to take my hair dryer a little bit too. Heat it up slightly and work this water out of here. Come up this way. I'm going to get a little risky here. Oh, I can just feel that water coming out of that side there. Just a little bit right there. Getting it out. Just getting that water out of there. There's a tricky right there, but I can feel it lay. I can feel it lay as soon as that water comes out. Now I'm going to take this, dry it slightly, and here's why I use a hair dryer. I do is keep this going on it. Make sure I don't. Just got to keep this up here. I've just got one little spot here, is it? So all I'm doing right now is taking one last check on it, and everything on here is nice, tight, and smooth. You see a little bump there? That's nothing. That's nothing to do with me. That's under it. The gas tank was so old and beat up, but it's looking like perfect. So the next thing I'll end up doing is just doing the same thing with the Yamaha. Now, when you do the Yamaha, you gotta be a little more cautious. It's actually easier because this is more flat. But the hard part is when you pull these and you put it on these are actually each individual. It's not one strip on there. So anyway, that's a simple way to do it. That's how you do it. I'll do the same thing with this, only this will lay much, much flatter, much, much easier because of the surface, and I don't have to go around there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Get a chance, go to our site, allaboutminibikes.com, our YouTube page, All About Mini Bikes, and also Facebook, All About Mini Bikes. And we have a group you can join, All About Mini Bikes group. Sarah and I have, and you can join that and post pictures of your bikes and your builds, your mini bikes. We're mostly into mini bikes, but we do mini cycles also. Why? Because I'm 6'1", and when I got into mini bikes, there were mini bikes, and then the mini cycles came in, and so I have a love for both of them. Always wanted the 74 YZ80, picked this one up in Canada. And thanks for watching. Send your friends to it and put in some comments, and join up our newsletter on allaboutminibikes.com. Thanks for watching, friends.